Hey there, Mouse Ears Universe. Thank you for joining us on the Mouse Ears Podcast, your go to source for all things travel, but mostly Disney. Sponsored by Fairy Tale Journeys Travel. Whether you're a first time visitor or a pro at the parks, we're here to give you the latest news, insider secrets, and fun stories from the happiest and most magical places on Earth. Make sure you give us a like and follow on whatever platform you're listening to or watching us. And don't forget to check out mouseearsblog.com where we dive even deeper into Disney tips, trips, planning, and all the park magic in one location. Now, everyone, it's time to geek out. We're diving into Celestial Park and checking out all three of the new hotels at Universal Studios in Orlando. Pack your bags because this adventure starts right now. And welcome back, Mouse Ears Universe. I am one of your wonderful hosts, Brooks. I have my bags packed. I'm ready to go. I'm here to check out the whole show that Epic Universe is putting on. But with me tonight, I have two wonderful people with me. Jen, unfortunately, could not be with us tonight. We hope you're feeling better, Jen. But we have Steph down there and Flo Rida, just a hop and a skip and a jump away from Epic. Steph, how are you doing?
Good. I mean, low key, wish I was at Epic, but it is sold out for the next week. So you want tickets? You gotta start looking this summer, June, July, with your Fairy Tale Journeys travel agent.
That's right. And also we have deep in the heart of Texas, we have Kelton. Kelton, how are you doing tonight?
Hey, Brooksy, baby, how are you, man? Yeah, I had something stuck in my throat there. That was no, but literally, my bags are packed because we leave tomorrow on vacation, going to Florida.
You going to Flo
Not
Rida?
Epic.
Going to Florida.
That's right.
Yep. My apple
But-
bottom jeans are packed.
What about your boots with the fur?
Oh no, it's too warm. I'm leaving them here.
So, but before we get to the whole club that was looking at her, we have our trivia question, and we're going to throw it to my main man, Kelton. Kelton with the trivia.
You know, you really could voice like Thunder Mountain with that.
We got the wildest trivia in the wilderness.
Today's trivia question is brought to you by Fairy Tale Journeys Travel. Next time you want to book a Disney cruise, let the agents at Fairy Tale Journeys take care of all the details for a stress-free experience at no extra cost to you. When you book with them, not only do you get expert advice, but you can also receive up to $1,000. Yes, I said it, $1,000 of onboard credit. This offer is exclusive to bookings made with Fairy Tale Journeys, so contact them directly and let them know that us, the podcast, have sent you. So you can enjoy a magical Disney cruise getaway. Today's trivia question, since we're going epic and our bags are packed, how big is Epic Universe? Size-wise, I'm talking acreage, y'all.
Are we talking with or without the parking?
I guess you'll have to stay tuned to the end of the episode to find out. Brooks, I'm back over to you.
I think we're going with both.
Both.
Both. So, if you have not guessed already, we are doing voiceovers tonight here at the Mouse Ears Podcast. No, we are
It's unleashed.
just kidding. Yes, that's right. No, we had Christian Brooks Runner coming out, but no, we are finishing up our breakdown of all the lands and hotels at Epic Universe tonight. You know, because I don't know if you're living under a rock, and I assume if you listen to this podcast, you know the epic news as of today, May 22nd, Epic Universe is officially open. All the portals are open
Open, baby.
and you can go right through. And I think all of us, we were very interested in wait times today.
You
Oh,
track
were
them
we
all day.
interested?
Yeah. And I would just have to say, like, we were checking all of Universal too. I mean, the the Forbidden Journey ride, I mean, it's a good ride, but I don't know if I would wait 995 minutes
Oh, that was
for
funny
that ride.
glitch. That was a
I
funny
mean,
glitch.
but I was shocked at the wait times. Now, from I don't think they were operating at full capacity today.
It's like the only explanation I can think
Yeah,
of because the average was
because it
like
was sold
5 minutes. It was
It
sold
was sold
out.
out.
Other than Ministry of Magic, which was down for half of the day. And then when
Mhm.
it finally opened up, it was a 180-minute wait time. The longest wait
The
time besides that was
literally
35 minutes. What?
at one
What?
point, like I think when I checked it around 5 or 6 o'clock, literally it was like 5 minutes, 5 minutes, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 10 minutes, 10 minutes, 180 minutes.
Yeah, right.
Well, did you guys see the post from BioReconstruct? And I want to say it was
Yes.
about 3 or 4 o'clock
Mm-hmm.
Eastern Central, around there, taking the photo of the parking lot. Now, some of the streamers that I was watching today did kind of state that they thought Universal really held on to a lot of the tickets, which you know give it to my hot take. I think Universal did a great job with that because they wanted to make. We all know the last 2 weeks have been really rough for some Epic Universe attractions. So I think they really pulled back a bit there to make sure they can give the guests that were paying that almost $190-$200 per person ticket a good time. Now, yes, I will say, we did see the Battle of the Mystery down for quite a bit. There were a lot of other attractions because Stardust Racers didn't open up right away. What else? Monsters Unchained also did not open up with the park. But even if you go over and look at, Islands of Adventure, Forbidden Journey was down for a bit. A Velocicoaster was down for like 3 hours this morning. Gringotts was down for about 2 hours. So it must have been just a rough day for Universal attractions in general.
Now, I
But
will say too, like rides going down in the parks, Universal, Disney, that's not uncommon. Like
mm-mm.
you you have rides that go down every day.
And
So,
now I can talk to it because with working attractions at Universal, some of these especially, we're 2025 now, the technology is getting more and more and more advanced. So if they have to e-stop or if something's not working correctly, and if they have to completely restart the attraction, it can take a minimum of 60 to 90 minutes to do that, to completely recycle that sucker. So think about all of the technology in like Gringotts or now, Battle of the Ministry, things like that. That takes time to do.
yeah.
It's like taking my old iMac here and trying to restart that. I'll be here for another 2 years before it reboots.
I mean, you may have a full-grown beard by the time it reboots.
I could grow it back. Give me like
Yeah.
6 months.
Well, I definitely agree with you that it feels like Universal did a great job with crowd control for their first day. However, hot take here, just to kind of play devil's advocate. We have had this park open for quite literally 2 months at this point. So it's not new to that extent, right? So I feel like there's that to take into consideration. However, obviously the tickets for day one, you know, opened up before preview tickets did. So they really held back on those numbers for the first day in comparison to preview from what we saw and what we experienced because those wait times for preview days were, I mean,
Oh,
astronomical in
horrible.
comparison. So what happened here is my
But
question.
but think about it this way though. And this is where I'm seeing Universal did okay for the first couple of days, we're going to hold back, let's say 80% of the day, only sell 20%. Well, then they could use the preview days under the, technical rehearsal umbrella and really see what the crowds are going to do. So,
Makes sense.
because
But
if
I
everything
wouldn't
goes well,
have, but I wouldn't have sold the preview tickets at full price though.
no, they
That
wouldn't. I mean, they were $160.
still, that's a day at Magic Kingdom.
It definitely is, but remember, I mean, this is the first theme park opening in Orlando, you
This
know,
millennium.
so like because by only selling let's whatever percentage they sold for day one, if previews went great, well, guess what? They can just go and release more tickets. But I'm wondering if they saw all the struggles they were having the last 2 weeks, that they're like, yeah, we're not going to release any more tickets. But look at today though, like, yes, there were a couple of attractions that were down, but I mean, it's running. Well, no, it just looks like it's closing in what, 30 minutes, I think, or ten
Is it open
o'clock,
till
right?
10? I wasn't
So,
sure, 10 or 9, but I
um,
know that they had fireworks today that was going
yeah.
to be new and exciting, which we haven't seen before, other than like random testing, but not like a full show. So that's cool.
So you know what? I give huge props to Universal for Epic Universe today.
Either way, though, crazy, crazy aerial of that parking lot. It was empty. I mean, there was what, 5 rows of cars? I mean, it was astounding. Like,
Yeah, it wasn't much.
no, yeah.
Yeah,
But anyways, Epic Universe now open.
that's
First
right.
theme park this like you said, millennia.
Yep. So, we've already broken down 4 out of the 5 lands, and we saved, to me, like, the most interesting, I feel like, for last is their completely new original IP. It's a Celestial Park. And then we're also going to break down the 3 brand new hotels. Uh, Stella Nova and Terra Luna, those have already been open for a few months. But the brand new Helios Grand Hotel that you can literally walk out like you're in Disneyland, out the front door and go right into the park. Um,
Well, in this
so
case, the back door.
yeah, or the back. Yeah. I mean, depends on,
Yeah,
you know, you can call the other the back door and this is your front door. You're going out.
true.
But I mean, basically either the theme park is in your front yard or your backyard.
Which is outstanding.
I mean, incredible.
Mm-hmm.
But let's say we just dive right into Celestial Park, shall we? So, Steph, out of the 3 of us, you're the only one that so far has actually been, has stepped foot, has graced the Celestial Park grounds.
I did. And I want to
So,
do a special shout out again to Fairy Tale Journeys Travel for the special preview ticket that they offered to us for the Mouse Ears to be able to go and experience this, not just for all of you guys, but also for our clients. Um, Celestial Park, wow. Like you said, it is just breathtaking to see Celestial Park because it's grand. That's like the best way that I can describe it because grand in size, grand in scale, grand in just the theming. The first thing you see is the Chronos portal. I mean, every single theme park has some sort of iconic structure, correct? Epic is known for their portals. They don't just have one, they have 5. And to be able to basically go through this portal in every land really contributes to that immersive detail that all these incredible engineers created for the experience of guests. So first thing you do is go through this incredible Chronos portal, and when you look up, you'll see that so every land has their own symbol. So for instance, How to Train Your Dragon has a dragon, rightfully so. When you look up to see the Chronos portal, it is by far the biggest, largest structure of them all, and you'll see they'll have symbols for each of the different parks. At the top, they have this, I don't know, contraption that's just spinning, and I mean, it is just awe-inspiring. You go in there and you're like, oh my gosh, that's that finally happening. This is awesome. I am taking a step through this magical world. And as soon as you walk in, what's the first thing you see? You may or may not have seen this already from pictures of the Helios Grand Hotel, but they do have these beautiful, elegant gold sculptures. It almost looks like they're like these godlike sculptures, and there's a woman towards the entrance, and I'm talking the entrance, like the general public entrance, and she's in this half a moon kind of frame, and she's facing the park. Oh my gosh. And then on the other side, right outside of Helios Grand, you have a male structure also in gold. And there's like a falcon or bird of some sort with him posing. And it really transports you. Like, it's called Celestial Park, and you feel otherworldly. I mean, you definitely get like this, the mythological feeling, gods and the moon and the stars, and all, it's just incredible. So anyways,
Out of this world, you would say.
Yes, to say the least. So you walk in, and there's a lot of like fountains and water uh water tributes, I guess, throughout all of Celestial Park. And of course, if you haven't already gotten this, Celestial Park is the largest land out of all 5 lands at Epic Universe. It from you basically have Celestial Park running through the entire length of the park, from the main entrance / gate all the way to Helios Grand. You cannot access any of the 4 lands, Isle of Berk, Nintendo, Ministry of Magic, or Dark Universe, without exiting each of those portals and walking through Celestial Park. Celestial Park is basically considered the central hub, right down the middle. There is no way you can miss this in all its grandeur. So as soon as you walk in, just picture this with me. On the right-hand side, you have this phenomenal Starbucks, which you absolutely need to get your morning coffee or your afternoon break from horrible sun. But that's where you're going to get your Starbucks. On the left-hand side is where I'd say 80% of people are going to file because of early entry. That's the direction which you're going to go to for Super Nintendo World. They have like this really cool shopping area in there with like treats and snacks and stuff. It's really adorable because it's like this. I don't even know what the story is behind here, and I'm dying. If anyone out there who's listening to this podcast knows the story about this character in these little stores on the left-hand side in Celestial Park before Atlantic and before Nintendo World, it's like this teddy bear and like a bunch of hot air balloons. I don't even know. We stumbled in there like because we're just walking around at one point just trying to take in some of the extra stuff that you have in Celestial Park, because honestly, Celestial Park, even though it's so grand, I feel like it's very easy to overlook things because you're so focused on getting to that next portal and don't actually take in everything that there is in Celestial Park. And I'm talking food and drinks, photo opportunities, stores, I mean, you name it. So anyways, your left-hand side, you have all these stores. Then you're going to have Atlantic. And that is one of 2 sit-down restaurants in all of Epic Universe. Guys, it is stunning. One of the biggest things, the biggest critiques, and I've seen it over and over and over again by many, many, many different bloggers, is that there are a crap ton, and I mean crap ton of stairs everywhere you go. Do they have ramps and elevators? Yes, they do. But if you're trying to move quick, you're just going to take the stairs, right? You need the stairs to go up and into Atlantic. Once you get in, it's gorgeous. And then you need they have a hostess stand. They have a bar, beautiful bar. They have seats for you to wait. And then stairs going down into the main dining area. But honestly, you go in there, it's so grand because you really do have ceiling to floor windows. And no, it actually, I don't know what voodoo they did, or maybe it was just the time of day that I went in there. I didn't feel hot by any means. And the sunlight wasn't like, it wasn't crazy. You know, I really thought like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna be eating with the sun in my eyes. I don't know. They must have put some sort of film or foil or whatever on the windows to make it where it kind of dimmed the lighting, but you still get that natural light without feeling overwhelmed by it. Fantastic job. It is beautiful. Even if you're not planning on sitting and dining there, definitely go in and check it out. It's worth it. Plus, they have some really unique drinks there. They had a couple that I really wanted to try. Like I think they had like a cosmic, something called cosmic or something. They've got some cool stuff. Anyways, outside of Atlanta, we're going to keep walking and you're going to start rounding the corner to see the first portal, which is Super Nintendo World. Now, yes, towards the central, so the portals are facing outside. Towards the center, you're going to have mainly landscape and other water features. But again, looking, you're going to go in and you're going to see you have your Super Nintendo portal. Gorgeous. Because the thing about these portals, it's not just about the structure. If you look at the floor, again, we're going to talk about how Universal thought about every minute detail to make a standing impression. If you look down and you have like this massive star with all these different rainbow colors just outside of the portal. And you're seeing how this helps with the illusion of transitioning from one land into the next. Now, Nintendo World is a little bit unique. We kind of mentioned it. There is a store and there is a fountain. There are certain elements of Super Nintendo World that are not inside Super Nintendo Land. They're actually just right outside. So if you keep walking past the portal, you're going to see what looks like a fountain with a Mario statue and some stars, and it's really cute. And then just next to it, they're going to have a Super Nintendo store with merchandise. So anyways, continuing on, in no specific order, because I really don't have a map in front of me. This is 100% from my experience, my memory. You're going to have a bunch of different quick service locations, as I would call them. You're going to have Frosty Moon, which is for ice cream. You're going to have Celesticky, which is a frozen drink bar.
That sounds like a good one.
I had the mudslide there, and I really thought I was going to enjoy it. I couldn't. The rum was just too much, too overpowering. Michael ended up crushing it for me, thank God, because I then went and enjoyed myself a nice beer, because I am a beer girl, over at the Plastered Owl inside Oak, and what is it, Oak and Star Tavern? Wow, guys. Wow. Oak and Star Tavern was phenomenal. Like, I cannot talk better about this place for food. Michael and I had a pulled pork sandwich. Oh my gosh. They had crinkle fries. They had mango bread. Let me talk to you about this mango bread. I mean, it is a step up to cornbread. It is phenomenal. So when you get to the table, and Jen's mentioned it before, they do have QR codes where you can order from there and then they bring you the food. This particular location actually has at each table like a little, oh my gosh, what's that called? Like a little caddy?
For like condiments?
And they have 4 different types of barbecue sauces.
Interesting.
Delicious. So of course, what are we going to do? We're going to try all of them with our fries, and we did. Can't remember the names, but they were fantastic. It's fun. So it actually has like 2 dining hall areas where you can sit. We sat in the dining hall where the Plastered Owl is, which is tucked away. But they also have at this location a stage. Now, we didn't see any live entertainment there, but I would assume like during the day, they're going to have some live entertainment while people are eating and kind of just really emphasizing just this grand ambiance. Highly, highly, highly recommend this place. Now, we were so in love with the food. The team members were just so unbelievably nice when we were there. And shout out to this guy. I cannot remember his name for the life of me, but May 7th at around 3 o'clock in the afternoon when we and Michael went, there was this gentleman there. He approached us, asked us how everything was, and we said it was unbelievable. And we asked, if there's any other things that he would recommend. He was like, well, you definitely need to come back here and have breakfast here. And I can't remember for the life of me what he mentioned, but I remember me and Michael looked at each other and were like, we're this close to just biting the bullet and purchasing another preview ticket for the very next day just to be able to come back and experience breakfast, because it just sounded phenomenal. So do yourself a favor and pre-plan breakfast at Epic Universe. Oak and Star Tavern might not be someplace you want to miss. Okay, so another place that I was really looking forward to at Celestial Park, unfortunately I did not end up eating there, was Pizza Moon. Y'all, was so sad. During preview days, they had a preview menu, and one of the things that I was most looking forward to was to try their ube pizza. I've heard great things about the food here, but the ube pizza was what I was most looking forward to. Yes, it is purple crust. They did not have it during the preview days that I went, but Pizza Moon, it is so stinking cool. That whole entire place, the ambiance looks like a fairy tale book. I mean, I'm talking puppet-like fairy tale moons and stars and y'all, I cannot emphasize how unbelievable the details, like everything, just absolutely everything. You the fact that you feel like you're inside a fairy tale book, immersed in any fairy tale book you can think of, you're immersed while eating pizza. Just why not? But you wouldn't expect it, but it's there and it's fantastic. Again, love all the details, and even the team member costumes, so on point. So one of the things that's that really stood out to me, Celestial Park, depending on where you are, the costumes do change. It's not one standard costume everywhere. So Pizza Moon has a different costume than those that are in Oak and Star Tavern, for instance. So little things that you're just like, wow, these people thought of everything. So anyways, right behind, and I think there's also like a Starbucks in that area too on the left-hand side. Now, if you walk a little bit further, in front of Celestiki on the inside of the park, inside Celestial Park, that's when you're going to start to see the very big, very elegant, very beautiful fountain that you're probably seeing all over your social media. That's where they're doing a lot of the water shows, nighttime spectacular. There's a lot of grass, what is it? It's like the stairs are made out of artificial grass. So it actually is like a lawn where you can hang out and sit at. You can watch the you can watch the water show from there. You can take an afternoon break there. It looks very clean, very beautiful. Unfortunately, no shade. None whatsoever. So you are completely exposed to the elements, but it's a beautiful, beautiful lawn area. That's on the inside of Celestial Park if you're facing Celestiki. On the left hand, towards the outside of Celestial Park, that's where you're going to see the Dark Universe portal. Also fantastic. I mean, we've already talked about that. So keep walking. And on the left-hand side, past Dark Universe, you're going to see what I have most been looking forward to trying, and it was not open during my preview day, the Blue Dragon Pan-Asian restaurant. That is table service restaurant number 2, if you're keeping track. There's only 2 in all of the park. Everything else is considered a quick service. The Blue Dragon is a Pan-Asian restaurant, and it provides a unique culinary experience with Chinese, Japanese, and Thai cuisine. Yum! All set in a vibrant ambiance highlighted by neon dragons and ethereal lanterns. How does this tie in with anything else in Celestial Park? I don't know. Do you know? Let us know, because I have no idea. Is it cool? Is it appealing? Yes. Yes, it is.
I mean, with food like that, do you need it to tie in? Like,
I'm
Everything
also
else, everything else makes sense. I think the only thing that would make sense is like it's a dragon, so it's like otherworldly, but really, I don't know.
I'm very disappointed that it was not open because that's one of the places that I am very interested in seeing the inside of.
I wanted to eat there so
Oh,
bad. Like
absolutely.
Pan Asian is me and Michael's absolute favorite thing to eat, and I was so upset when I found out that it wasn't going to be open. So, yeah. If you've eaten there,
We'll
if you're
get there.
going, let me know
We'll
because
get
we're
there.
definitely wanting a review. Um, okay, going down the list, we did talk about Frosty Moon. Okay, so continuing past Pan Asian, the Blue Dragon, that's where you're gonna see the opposite side golden statue that I was mentioning earlier on, right in front of Helios Grand. So you'll see Helios Grand basically almost like wraps around. So I kind of envision Celestial Park almost like a giant oval. That's a very not accurate shape, but it's like a giant oval. And Helios Grand is kind of just like outlining the top part of this oval. It's just very beautifully done. But you'll see there are some stairs and some ramps that like kind of weave off to the sides, and that's how you're gonna basically get a picture of the statue, and B, be able to go in and out of this resort if that's something that you choose. Something that people might not realize is you don't if you're staying at Grand Helios, and that is pretty much the only way unless you want to pay over $135 for parking for the day. The only way you're really gonna be able to enjoy that access is if you're staying there and going into the park. However, people can make reservations at the restaurant or the bar at Helios Grand and go to the restaurant if you're an Epic guest and be able to go in and out through that entrance. So you only have two sit down restaurants inside Epic, but really you have access to a third one. It's just inside the resort and it's only a couple extra steps past the Blue Dragon. So don't discount that option basically. So, okay, so we're going to continue wrapping around. We're passing Helios Grand. We're passing part of, the beautiful, gorgeous, ethereal fountain. And now you're going to come across another quick service location, and that's called Meteor Astropub. I definitely get dinosaur vibes because you do look up when you walk in. You do look up, and there is a meteor. they mimic a meteor, and they have multiple. And it's very embedded in the theming there. They have a fantastic looking bar and some seating area. They had great looking sandwiches. We wanted to eat there, but there were not enough hours in the day to do everything. Let's just be real. So, but they even had like this delicious looking, like it was like a 4 cheese grilled cheese with like the tomatoes. I mean, they had some really nice looking stuff. I'll just let it be. So that's the Meteor Astropub, and that is just a hop, skip, and a jump from the entrance to Stardust Racers. Yes, guys, we have finally made it to Stardust Racers. It is one of two attractions that you will find in Celestial Park. And it is as grand as you can imagine. That is a long and big roller coaster. Yeah. I
So
didn't get a yeah.
with Stardust Racers, I'm a little concerned because if you remember, 10 years ago when Islands of Adventure had Dueling Dragons, same concept. However, you know, they went and shut down Dueling Dragons way before Hogsmeade showed up. And now maybe that was the whole plan that they were going to do, but we always heard, oh, it was
Thinking.
dangerous because
Oh,
sinking was one of them. Things were flying out of people's pockets, or people would throw pennies at the other train when they come up like that. There was a bunch of different things, so it'll be interesting to see what happens with Stardust Racers.
I'll be honest, this attraction looks cool from any point of view. You can see this from Isle of Burke. You can see this from the Grand Helios. Seeing this at night with the lights,
Oh, has been
it's really
all over
nice.
my
Yeah.
videos.
I was very upset. It was closed the entire time that I was there for my preview day, and it was probably I was most looking forward to Isle of Burke, the land, and I was most looking forward to Stardust Racer as the attraction. So unfortunately, I didn't get to try that out, but I'm hearing it's exhilarating. People who are thrill seekers are not disappointed with this ride. Um, people are comparing it to Dueling Dragons, if you're familiar with Islands of Adventure in days past, and Velocicoaster. Is it as fast as Velocicoaster? I don't know. You'll have to let me know. But anyways, that is
Well, it says it goes up to 62 miles an hour.
Which is what I think Velocicoaster is about 65, I believe.
And like you talked about how long the track is, it says 5,000-foot track.
it looks very long and intricate, but like building, like it's all building. Oh my god, and weaving and everything. I know there's two different tracks, but
But still,
it looks awesome.
So you said 5,000 feet. Is that both tracks combined or is that per track? I'm just curious.
yeah.
I would love to get one of those engineers on this podcast to interview them. Wow.
Yes.
Really, that's all we need to know. How long is it? That's all we need. Goodbye.
Yeah, right.
Whoa, no. It's like, so we have just follow up 20 more questions about Epic. So
Brilliant.
All right. So let's see.
What
Okay,
about the
sorry. I was
carousel?
looking. What? No, yeah, I was just looking at the notes because there's a couple things that I already mentioned. But anyways, so past Stardust Racer, and guys, believe it or not, most of this it is coming straight out of memory and nothing else. There are only a couple things that I've glanced at the document. So that's why I'm like, have I said this? Have I not said this? So past Stardust Racer, you're going to start approaching very, very close is going to be the Isle of Burke portal. But just outside of the Isle of Burke portal, you're going to see what is called the Starsui Bow quick service location. It honestly, the first time I saw it, I thought it was a guest services kiosk. Now they do have guest services kiosk in the several, like I want to say honestly in front of like almost every portal. I didn't mention that, but no, I am. The Starsui Bow, don't get that one confused with the guest services because it is not. They probably have a few different like bow buns. They have one that the bow bun's actually black. Some bloggers have posted it. Looked delicious. Didn't try it. Just kind of kept on going. Also, I think, if I remember correctly, I also think this was in front of Isle of Burke, just on the other side. It was like churros and pretzels and, your typical park food, right? Fries. And I don't even know what the name was or anything, but they've got little places for just random popcorn and park food like that. That isn't, specialty food in a way. So that's Isle of Burke, and then we're rounding up and we're kind of heading back towards the front, and that's where, you have the Starbucks that I mentioned earlier. So we're not done with Celestial Park because I got to mention a few things that are sprinkled down the middle. One of the things sprinkled down the middle is actually another hot dog kiosk location, arguably on the other, just across from the pretzel churro one that I just mentioned. They have a hot dog one, and it's just like there's like a little bridge that if you wanted to cut from Isle of Burke and go straight to like Nintendo World without having to go all the way to the front of the park, you can cut down the middle. And there's like a nice photo op opportunity there where you can take a picture with the portal, the Chronos portal, and this first gold statue. There's a nice photo opportunity there with some photo people. But then just past that is a hot dog place, and oh my gosh, They had a couple hot dogs that looked delicious. And I'm not talking like a standard hot dog that's plain Jane. No, I'm talking like a Philly cheesesteak hot dog and some other crazy stuff. And, full meal, no doubt. And then just past that, I'd argue it's like right in the center, smack dab in the center of Celestial Park is the carousel. The carousel is Constellation Carousel. This carousel isn't your typical merry-go-round. It features a variety of celestial creatures like lions, dragons, and peacocks. As each creature rotates 360 degrees, riders are gently lifted up to 6 feet in the air, adding extra excitement to the ride. This imaginative twist on a classical theme park attraction is designed to captivate visitors of all ages. Very cute, very pretty. Really the most captivating thing about this is like the colors. I didn't get to go on it. I did see it during the day and I did see it at night. It has all these twinkling lights in the evening. I would have loved to have gotten on it at night, but as you've probably heard from previous episodes, when nighttime hit, I was bolting to Ministry of Magic and trying to just get last minute things that unexpectedly opened at the last hour of my park day. But honestly, it's very, very pretty. It doesn't have like an abundant amount of seats, but it is different and it's cute and it's very pretty, in my opinion. Very fairy tale-esque. Now, you have here Astronomica. Experience a refreshing break in this interactive water play area designed like a compass rose. Here, guests can enjoy splashing around in playful fountains that dance and swirl around them, creating a delightful and cooling experience. I'll be honest, I really think I passed this and the water was not on. So I didn't quite register it, but I do remember when I was with Michael, we walked past it and I saw the little, like the little silver holes in the ground where the water's supposed to shoot up. And we're cutting through. I think that if I remember correctly, this is one of the ways to cut through to get to another part of, I don't know, doesn't matter. And I remember looking down and me and Michael look at each other and we're like, imagine if we just get sprayed with water while I'm holding the Osmo trying to get footage around this park. We're like, because we didn't know any better. It wasn't on. It wasn't like people were, So, yeah, I remember that. I don't remember seeing a sign for it to be like an official play area. So hopefully there is one, so people don't just randomly just walk and get splashed with water. But that's cool that they have it, especially with the lack of shade. There are a lot of trees, and yes, they can replace them if they wanted to. But really, even once those trees grow out, that land is so big and spread out. I really don't expect it to get that much shadier once these, the foliage grows. It's very ethereal either way. Let's see. Moonship chocolates and celestial sweets. That's the one that I mentioned at the very, very beginning with like the hot air balloon and like a teddy bear and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Really, really cool. Sensorium Emporium. Vincent Various, the legendary explorer of Celestial Park, has transformed his workshop into a treasure trove of unique shops, each brimming with one-of-a-kind merchandise waiting to be discovered. I think that's next to the chocolate and sweets. I think that's all connected. Then they have the Otherworld's Mercantile, the North Star Wintry Wonders, Lens Flare. I want to say those shops, yes, the North Star Wintry Wonders and Otherworld's Mercantile, those are next to the Starbucks towards the entrance on your way to Isle of Burke on the right-hand side. Lens Flare, no idea. But I will say that there are, again, kiosks for little, to be able to get like little trinkets, like epic trinkets all over. Like these aren't by any means the only food or shopping locations through Celestial Park. And again, you have customer service and you have other things. You've got bathrooms and you've got Streetmosphere. I didn't get a chance to see it, but I know Jen did. They have like these people that are dressed in statues and they're just walking around and like interacting with guests, but they're like moving statues. Very, very cool, very unique. So again, and then I think there was also like a violinist at one point playing. So there's a lot of things going on in Celestial Park, and that's not even really going into details about what kind of nighttime shows that they're doing with fireworks. I did mention the water fountain having some nighttime spectacular and lights and songs and whole thing, but you know, more to be discovered as the days continue once, since this park is now officially open. Now I see someone has here a Joey tip. Who wants to take over the Joey tip? Brooks?
I'll take the Joey tip. So if you remember, we're calling our fun facts Joey tips because you know I would say a friend of the podcast, Jane met the lovely Joey Fantone of NSYNC when she got to go. So gave tips. So we're just calling them our Joey tip of the day. So with Celestial Park, this area truly comes to life at night. So look closely. The lights atop each portal will send out beams that converge at the Chronos that stands at the front of Celestial Park.
That is pretty cool.
So,
That's crazy.
Steph, like you were saying, basically Celestial Park is the hub,
Mm-hmm.
and everything branches out from there. Well, at night, everything converges back. So you're branching out, and now you're coming back.
Mhm.
So
It is pretty cool.
yeah, but I think with that we have covered all 5 lands.
Yeah, it's a lot.
It's only taken us 3 episodes.
It's and there's so many more details that we could actually dive into, and it's not even really talking too much about food and other stuff. So,
Well, it's kind of
Yeah.
hard when Celestial Park holds 80% of the food options
Yeah.
for the entire park.
yeah,
So that part does get a little difficult. We would be here for hours
for hours,
just talking
seriously.
about food.
I mean,
But-
not a bad way to spend a Thursday night. Just kidding.
No, it's
Yeah.
not.
But we might need, I mean, if we talk for hours and hours, we might need a place to lay our head. Well, luckily, Epic has now brought 3 new hotels to lay our lovely heads down at night. I think we've mentioned them again: Terra Luna, Stella Luna, and Helios Grand Hotel.
Stella Nova.
Nova.
Stella Nova. Why do I always mix those up?
Tongue twisters.
It happens every single time, and you're not the only.
It's like me reading the Hiccup Eponymous book to Ellie every night. But for Terra Luna, Kelton, I think you're going to talk about this lovely hotel.
Yeah, so I'll just do a quick review of Terra Luna and Stella Nova because they're kind of similar with slight what would we call it, theming to a point, but still
Kind of like Endless Summer and Dockside.
Endless Summer Dockside and Endless Summer Surfside,
Yeah.
the exact same thing.
Yeah.
But so for Terra Luna, the resort kind of draws the inspiration from the planetary elements of the universe, and it shows from the moment that you walk through the doors. Really kind of mixes in with Celestial Park a little bit, with just everything outside of the planet Earth. However, the lobby features modern rounded edges, circular light fixtures, and very subtle planetary motifs. Motifs. There's a T in that word in the document. I missed that. All bathed in natural light streaming through curved windows. And of course, in this space in the lobby, you'll have the front desk, a Universal Studio store, and a variety of dining and drink options for your stay. Now, of course, with Stella Nova, very, very similar, hotel lobby, except, for this one, it's more kind of like a black hole-ish when you arrive. Now this one I actually got to see, which was excellent, y'all. I mean, prime value hotel. Like these were beautiful. But
Beautiful.
so let me see here. The swirling black hole setting the celestial tone. When you step inside, you find space inspired elements that strike perfect, and I mean perfect balance. A very tasteful, modern, but never overwhelming. Very thoughtful touches, like just like Terra Luna, with the natural light just glistening through the spaceship style windows and the very subtle starring galaxy murals, all over the interior. With this one as well, same thing. You'll have food and dining options for Stella Nova. Now we're going to jump back over to Terra Luna with just some of the room. Now, all of these rooms, a little different, I thought. All the rooms at both Terra Luna and Stella Nova only have two queen beds. Now you have your standard view, then you have, I believe, a pool view, as I think what it's called, and then you have your ADA option rooms there as well. So very nice, very if I had to sit there and kind of look, well, what does it compare to the theme park down the road there? And I'd have to say probably very much on like a Pop Century Art of Animation vibe, just without opening the door, to the outside, you open up to a hallway, type of thing there. But for Terra Luna dining wise, you've got four different options, all designed to fit whatever needs you may have, whether you're fueling up for the day in the parks, or of course winding down after one, because as Steph said, you're tired after Epic. I mean, that's just the way it goes on that one. But for Terra Luna, we've got the Omega Cafe and Market, which has your breakfast, lunch, dinner options, and of course everything in between, with a nice grab and go area for when you're running out to the parks. It does have a very large kind of dining seating area to take a break, kick your feet up, take off your shoes, all that good stuff. If you're craving a little something as you're relaxing for the day, maybe out at that pool over there, you've got Moonrise Bar and Moonrise Grill serving up all of those, tasty pool bites, refreshing drinks, and of course, for guests 21 and up, all of those great, tasty alcoholic beverages.
That
And
outside bar looks incredible.
yo, I
Incredible.
I know. And in the lobby, we've got some different craft cocktails at the Luna Bar, there alongside some timeless classic ones. Great place. As soon as you check in, boom, the bar is right there. Get that vacation on if that's your style. And when you're
But it
wiped from
does
the
open
day,
at 5 p.m. The
yes.
bar in the lobby does open at 5, so 5
So
o'clock somewhere.
if check-in's at 4, just hang on. Check in at 5. Just it'll be okay. And then, of course, after a long day in the park, you got pizza delivery. Can't beat pizza delivery on that one. Jumping on down to Stella Nova, since these are pretty much close to the same. Room wise, we've got a very cosmetic escape here at Stella Nova. The hotel features 750, like I said, double queen rooms with very that celestial ambiance. So very similar to what Terra Nova is. So we're going to move on down to the dining section. But they also have four different dining areas. Same thing with your Cosmos Cafe and Market, offering your breakfast, lunch, and dinner, along with those grab and goes. You've got the Nova Bar in the hotel lobby. I'm going to assume the same thing, about a 5 p.m. open time there for that one. And then outside, as you're relaxing by the pool, you got the, what is it called? The Galaxy Bar and the Galaxy Grill hanging there outside. And for the same thing, you got pizza delivery after those long days in the park. I'm telling you, it is. I wish I was there. Oh, do I wish I was there?
Yep.
Oh, see, you
Oh,
got it. Yeah, a little
yeah.
Terra Luna card. It, I tell
I
you,
loved
it is.
I loved opening this with my room and then seeing welcome to the Universal Terra Luna Resort. We hope you have an epic stay. Boy, did I ever. Terra Luna, big fan. A little bit further away from Stella Nova, the walk is a point. I think they told me the path is 0.9 miles away from the entrance to Epic Universe, where Stella Nova is a little bit closer. There is no walkway between Stella Nova, Terra Luna into Helios. None. Does not exist. But you can from these two walk to Epic Universe should you want to, but they do have buses.
And I think that's a good thing because if you're paying more money to stay at, Helios Grand, like, I don't know if I would want people really flooding all those places as well. But to get to the pools, all those amenities as well here for Terra Nova, we've got a zero entry, 10,000 square foot resort style pool. Zero entry, 10,000 square feet. It's a quarter of an acre.
That's a
That's a
big pool.
lot. That is a big pool. Of course, you are surrounded by plenty of lounge chairs, so you don't have to get out there early. Just take your time in the morning if you're on a resort stay. But they
But
also have,
you know what I noticed, and I don't know if you did. Every single lounge chair around the pool has a tag and a QR code so that you can order food and drinks from wherever you are by the pool.
oh, of course. I mean, why would you not? Because along with that, we've got splash pads. The fact that these two resorts have hot tubs
Mm-hmm.
and this it's not a low grade, but a lower tier hotel is perfect. Great way to soak after a long park day. But you also have a fire pit and just so much more. And if you got to keep moving after that, the resort also has, a fitness center on site, laundry as well. And just right outside, uh, we've got an arcade in there too, which is great. But then right outside, of course, you got the buses to get you to, either Epic or on over to Universal City Walk to enjoy Universal Orlando
To
or
everyone's favorite ride, the moving
oh
walkway to City Walk.
no, it's the moving walkway to Voodoo Donuts.
That's right.
You're
To
gonna
Voodoo
say it, get it
Donuts.
right. That's right. No,
Hashtag season 1.
that was a long time ago.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But and kind of the same with Stella Nova, and their hotel pool there as well. It's got great places to relax with all the lounge chairs, a pool bar, hot tub, splash pad for the kids, and they even have a sandy area as well to bring in a touch of those Florida beaches as well. They've got plenty of amenities to go along with everything, like your state of the art fitness center, your laundry facilities. Don't forget about the arcade, and of course, you got your bus stops outside. I think that does it for these two grand hotels. Steph, you were holding the rundown paper or document for Terra Luna, correct?
Yeah, it's for Terra Luna, but it's equivalent.
It would be for
It's for
both.
both Stella Nova and Stella Nova. You see, it's hard. Their tongue
Stella
twisters.
Nuva.
Yeah.
Stella Nova, and Terra Luna, and it's just basically showing you all the different things that you would need or should know when you're staying at any of these resorts, such as doing express checkout, what you should do with your towels, if you should hang them or leave them on the ground for housekeeping, that they do come every single day. If you want laundry done, smoke fee, what are the prices for calls, so on and so forth. But all the rooms have all these details. It's just
The last
honestly,
thing that
I just love the details of the colors. Like seriously, I'm obsessed. They're so
they're in
pretty. They
with the
did such a great
details.
job.
The last
Yeah.
thing I will say about it, though, is the fact that, just like every other Universal Lowe's partner hotel or resort, the Universal Vacation Planning Desk is also right down in the lobby where you'll pick up your tickets, your express passes. If you have any questions about your vacation, those team members down there are who you're going to want to talk to.
Now, one last thing I want to say is that I was staying at Terra Luna, and it is, not arguably, it is the furthest of the 3 hotels in the South Campus. And I had a theme park view room. Yes, that is right. You can see the theme park from some of the rooms at Terra Luna. I mean, it's not like very, very close, but you can have a good view of Dark Universe. You can see parts of Stardust Racers and parts of Nintendo World. Again, not super close, but you can see it undoubtedly, and it's just a really, really cool thing that some people might not expect to be able to do or see from their room. So that's something that you're interested in. I definitely recommend requesting that.
Well, we have one more hotel to talk about, don't we there, Brooksy baby?
That's right. So we have the Helios Grand Hotel. This is their, I mean, and it's almost kind of like the, it's almost like the Cinderella's Castle of Epic Universe.
It really is.
Yeah, it is absolutely stunning. But the Helios Grand Hotel is where the celestial meets the terrestrial. Say that 5 times fast.
No,
Where the
no, thank you.
celestial meets the terrestrial. Where the celestial meets the terrestrial.
There once was a
Oh my.
hiccupopotamus who hicked up quite a lotamus. So you enter the palace of Helios, the Greek god of the sun, adorned with celestial patterns, constellations, and Mediterranean designed elements. You have unparalleled, unique views of Celestial Park through its lobbies, floor to ceiling windows, alongside exclusive access to Epic Universe for guests staying in any of its 500 luxurious rooms. Now, this was one thing that I feel I was kind of surprised at. Terra Luna and Stella Nova have more rooms than Helios.
Part of the exclusivity factor.
But you have more options other than just 2 queen beds. But talking about the rooms, you have 500 rooms in the Helios Grand Hotel, providing even more spaces for guests to unwind and escape. Each room, a temporary home away from home, is inspired by a garden, with many offering views of Epic Universe for a stay that's as memorable as it is comfortable. There's also club level. There's also How to Train Your Dragon kid suites, or for the kid inside of you, because I would want to stay in the How to Train Your Dragon kid suites.
I definitely would.
Yeah. Here, little ones can soar into the skies and rest among dragons in a vibrant room inspired by the Viking village of Berk. And also, guests can also tune into the Evening Lagoon show's audio through their in-room televisions. That is cool.
Ooh,
That is cool.
love that.
That I will give
Yes.
Universal.
So if you're staying at Helios and for some reason you want to be back in your room when they're having this nighttime show, you can literally lay in bed and listen to it from the TV.
So, but let's talk about the fact that why has Disney not thought about doing this with Happily Ever After or whatever show they have out of the Magic Kingdom, when you're sitting there and you've already paid $3,000 a night for this bungalow on the water, and they don't, I mean, yes, they pipe in the music on the beach, But if
or
I
the
want to,
restaurant.
or the restaurant, but if I want to sit in my swimming pool ish thing on my patio on my $3,000 a night bungalow, or my 250 point, point
Grand
per
Floridian
night,
Villa.
I why can't I have that? So great job, Universal.
Yeah. So, and like I said, this hotel also features standard and club room categories.
But
They even
there
have,
are no express
yeah,
passes being offered at this signature resort. We need to
at this
highlight
time,
this.
at this
No,
time.
you did say that about uh the virtual queue, and look, last episode, and look what happened on that one.
I
This
don't
one's
think,
not looking
yeah,
promising though. The virtual queue one, at least we heard rumblings it wasn't gonna stay. This one, we're not hearing anything. Like absolutely
I don't
no
think that,
promising news.
I don't think they're going to do it this year.
It'll
That is my, that, I think they will eventually, because they have done it with, and this is just Brooks
Hey,
talking,
If if it happens, you heard it
yeah,
here first.
but
I think they're gonna do it.
I think they're
It'll
going to do it
happen.
eventually. I think
Yep.
it might be a 2026. I think I wouldn't be surprised too if they don't include Epic in the annual passes until 2026 or closer to 2026.
It'll happen.
Yeah.
2027 is my guess.
For annual pass?
No, for express passes
Well, express pass.
to the hotel.
Yeah. But not only do they have amazing rooms, they have amazing food. So when hunger strikes, Flora Taverna, however, or Taverna, uh, this full service restaurant offers not only breakfast, lunch, and dinner, but a lobby bar set in a light and airy atmosphere. Delight in an open style kitchen where you can watch chefs at work serving savoring Mediterranean comfort foods fresh from the pizza ovens. Don't miss dining al fresco with a breathtaking view of Celestial Park's scenic beauty. That sounds incredible.
This is the one on top floor, isn't it?
No.
I believe. No.
So as soon
Okay.
as you walk into the lobby, you'll see on either side just like very small desks, and that's where you check in. The lobby is not big at all. The resort as a whole is very thin in nature. It's big and grand, but it's thinner. That's the impression I got. And as soon as you walk in on the left hand side, you're gonna see the restaurant right, pretty much right behind, or right next to the check-in desks there. And you're gonna see the bar is the first thing, and then you'll see all of the seating. And you have seating just down the middle, and then along the windows that does give views to Celestial Park. Now, just down the center of the lobby, you've got some seating areas, and then you've got floor to ceiling windows where you can see out into Celestial Park. And as you can walk out, there is a almost like a balcony area, and you'll be able to see right down the middle, right behind that golden statue that is closest to uh, Helios Grand. Sorry, please continue.
Oh no, you're good. Uh, but also there is Aurora Market for it if you need a quick energy boost, which
And
is
that's going to be
yes,
right on the right hand side.
yeah,
So if Flora Taverna's on the left when you walk in, this one's on the right.
gotcha. This is the hotel's contemporary coffee shop and market. They have freshly roasted coffee, a selection of grab and go food items, wine on tap, and a variety of snacks and desserts available all day. Um, and then also, if you're lounging by the pool, you have Lotus Lagoon, which is the poolside bar and grill. You can get a refreshing cocktail or a mocktail for your DB, and enjoy a selection of casual fare, including burgers, salads, uh, sandwiches, and more, all while soaking up the sun. And then perched up high, Helios Grand Hotel features a stylish rooftop lounge, Bar Helios. And the menu features a mixture of creative tapas and familiar favorites, complemented by handcrafted specialty cocktails. And you have a burger and slider menu, salad, seafood, lamb, and chicken heroes, and inventive tapas and antipasti. Dine a dine against a backdrop of breathtaking 360-degree views of the epic universe and beyond.
I've got a lot to say about Bar Helios.
Do tell.
It is magnanimous in nature.
Nice
It
word.
is probably one of the coolest looking bars that I've ever been in. So when you go into the Helios lobby, on the right hand side, there's going to be like a little hallway. When you walk in the hallway, there's going to be a store. Past the store, you're going to see on the left hand side is actually going to be security where you would need to pass if you're going to Epic Universe. On the right hand side, you're going to see elevators. Something that's really unique, very different, very cool about the Helios Grand Hotel is that the elevators, that elevator area has these moving pictures. And it almost looks like stainless glass windows because of the colors and what they project. But it's basically projecting night and day, and it has this Greek mythological look to it. I mean, it is stunning. It is gorgeous. I mean, the golds and the warm tones and the purples. I mean, it is very ethereal. So anyways, you get into the elevator and you go all the way to the rooftop. And that's when you arrive. And you see a hostess stand. If you have a reservation, great. I do recommend it. If you don't, there is a waiting list, but it's first come, first serve, and you really just don't know how long you're going to be there. But Michael and I actually got lucky and were able to get walk up and 15-minute wait. So if you're waiting to be seated, they actually do have basically like a balcony terrace. Now I got like, you might laugh at me, but I got what's that giant building in New York? It's not the Rockefeller.
Empire State Building?
That one, thank you. Whoop, totally forgot. So, you know, like when you walk outside the Empire State Building on the top floor, there's like these like rails, really high rails, so you don't actually jump out. But it's very windy, but you got a really cool point of view. They've got rails, but then they also have like these plexiglass. So you can see all of Epic Universe. Wow, guys. You don't actually have to be in Bar Helios to be able to get. Sorry, that was my dog. You don't have to be inside Bar Helios to get this particular POV. It is stunning. At night, forget about it. Just do yourself a favor and go at night. I'm not even going to try and explain just how beautiful that is in the evening. But anyways, they have all of these like sofas and seating areas all lining up against this wall leading into Bar Helios. When you walk into Bar Helios, it's actually this round spherical space, and the bar is situated right in the middle. You've got obviously seating right along the edge of the bar, and then you've got some high tops scattered about. Then you've got some low tops against the window and further down, but you really want to be in like the center spherical hub because when you look up, you're looking at all these celestial constellations. It is, wow, dark tones of blue and gold stars everywhere, everywhere. I mean, you feel like, I don't know. I don't know. It's just, it's gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. So we sat at the bar. Drink menu looks fantastic. The bartenders there are super, super friendly. I mean, it's got great music, great vibe. It's beautiful. The details, you feel immersed. Like you just, I can't put into words just how beautiful this place is. But anyways, you can actually step outside, and they actually do have extra seating outside along the ledge. Now, if you're looking at the Helios Grand Hotel from Epic, there is like this giant, it's not like a clock, but it's like this giant circle, almost like a medallion. Bar Helios is actually right behind it. So there are seats right behind that medallion, and you can see past it and into the park. I'm assuming these are going to be spots that are specific to people with reservations, and you're going to sit and eat, not just have a drink. When I went in the evening, not only was it a spectacular view because all the lights, all the people, all the motion of the rides and everything, and then you look inside and you've got these gorgeous gold constellations in the ceiling. Plus, the music is just fantastic. It is ridiculously windy, just like the Empire State Building. I would not be able to sit out there and enjoy a meal. That is way too windy, and I don't know how it must be during the day. I don't know if they have fans with the sun and the heat, because yes, like you have cover, but you're still exposed to the elements. So don't know if it's going to be super windy, don't know if it's, super hot. I don't know what to expect during the day. At night it was gorgeous, but you will find me sitting at the bar. That's where I will be happily, as long as I can. Now, when I spoke to the bartender, Chit-chan, they were mentioning that they were anticipating for this opening week that Bar Helios was going to have an estimated 6-hour wait time. Is this true or is this not true? I don't know. I'm not physically there. We won't know because you can't see that on the app, but that is what they were actively preparing for, because this place is definitely going to be a hot commodity. And
Yeah.
if you're going, you need to go. You need to make time and make a reservation. It is hard to come with a reservation, but make it, because that point of view, I mean, yes, you can walk outside the lobby of the Helios Grand and see some of it, and you're still going to be in awe. There's nothing like the point of view from up there. It is beautiful at night. So, yeah. Brooks, I'll send you a picture so you can use it as a thumbnail.
Sounds good.
But that's what I have to
Yeah.
say about Bar Helios. Don't miss it. Please don't miss it.
Yeah. And then rounding out the dining options, there's 24-hour room service that's also available with selections from Flora. Is it Taverna?
I would call it Flora. Oh, where is it? Flora Taverna.
Taverna, okay.
Yeah.
And then just real quick with the amenities, they also have a zero entry pool equipped with underwater speakers, and offer poolside cabanas for rent, a hot tub, poolside movies, recreational activities, and more. Um, if you're into this, you can also take advantage of their complimentary state of the art fitness center, including strength and cardio equipment with locker rooms and showers. The hotel's dedicated game rooms, guests can enjoy a variety of standard arcade and video games for some virtual fun. Helios also features approximately 1,000 square feet of multi-purpose spaces for small gatherings. And then also remember to stop by the Universal Studios store for everything from sundries to necessities, and merch to commemorate a stellar vacation.
Stellar indeed. I mean, and
Yeah.
we all saw the picture that they were just starting to sell Legend of Zelda stuff.
Yep.
So what could be coming down the line?
I still think that they're going to put in a Wicked area.
That'd be cool.
Yeah. But one thing that we have not talked about is parking at these hotels. Just real quick. So one difference between staying at a Disney hotel and a Universal hotel, Universal does have the resort fee, so you do pay for parking per day, um, which basically is pretty much like any other hotel that you're staying at down there, other than
Disney.
on property Disney hotel. The Good Neighbor hotels, you do pay for parking. But parking at Terra Luna and Stella Nova is $30 plus tax per vehicle per day. So basically, whatever the cost of your room is, just tack on 30 additional dollars. Parking,
And
yeah.
I want to reiterate or iterate, if you're paying parking at one hotel, if you're staying, you still have to pay for parking somewhere else. If you're going to go have a dining reservation, say at Helios Grand, and you're staying at Terra Luna, you would have to pay for parking at Helios Grand if you wanted to drive there. Or take a bus from Terra Luna, or Terra Luna bus, to City Walk, back over to Grand Helios, or Helios Grand. Not ideal. I recommend Ubering. That's what we ended up doing. We did take the bus from Terra Luna to City Walk, had dinner there. Then the bus from City Walk to Helios for a drink at Bar Helios. And then we Ubered, because could you imagine, that's 20 minutes from one resort there, another 20. We would have gotten that back to the hotel, I don't know when, where it would have just been a 5-minute at most Uber ride, which is what we did. Best
Boy,
$6,
Uber's gonna make
$7.
a killing down there.
Yeah, best $7 I spent. I don't care. It's just no.
They're gonna make a killing.
Yeah.
And then the price for parking at Helios, if you're staying there, is $36 plus tax per vehicle per day. To a day pass to park there is $125. So
That's outrageous.
that's a
Trying to
little
keep it
steep.
exclusive.
Yeah. So, but I can kind of understand the larger for the day pass. So try to discourage people from trying to just park there and then going in. Um. So, but that is something to take into consideration. Just uh, tack on that $30 or $36 to your room rate per day.
Which you can't prepay. You can
Yep.
only pay when you check in.
Yeah. So, any last thoughts?
Yeah, so I'm quickly looking, and
Mhm.
I'm on board with wanting them to keep it exclusive, because for checking in June 21st and checking out on the 24th of June, so just a simple like 3-night stay, for a pool view, 2 queen bed is $722. So that is right up there with the rest of their, its signature partners on room cost. Yes, charge, they can charge the 125. Absolutely.
So, Steph, any last tips or Joey tips?
I honestly loved staying at Terra Luna. I thought it was fantastic. Like I said, request, if you can, request a theme park view room if they have it available. Why not? Your experience, your epic experience can start as soon as you walk in. And that facade on the outside with like all the different shimmering lights, it is so stinking cool. Truly, I mean, don't sleep on these resorts. If Helios is not within your budget, definitely try and stay at Stella Nova or Terra Luna. Love them. Just remember, 2026 packages are now available, and they are per day, not per park tickets. So if you want 3 park days, you can do 3 park days at any of the 3 parks you want in any order, any kind of way. So if you wanted to do, no, not Volcano Bay. Volcano Bay is going to be closed between October and March. So actually, in 2026, Volcano Bay is going to be the add-on park rather than Epic, how it is now in 2025.
Which is odd how they, they all, yeah, it's odd.
I agree because now it basically makes all 3 theme parks, not the water park, in the same price point across the board, because you're paying for the same price. You're just paying the days. So if you wanted to do 3 days at Epic, you can do that. So 100%, my personal opinion is, if you're going to go to Epic and you have the time, Epic is a 2-day park. There is a lot to see and there's a lot to try. And things, as you saw, things can break down. It's just, there's something for everyone. There's shows, there's meet and greets, there's food, there's drink, there's more food, streetmosphere, rides,
More food.
more food, merchandise, and then you got some extra experiences. So,
And did we mention food?
gosh, I'm hungry. Every single episode we record, I eat before, and I still get hungry after every episode, every single time. Why? Anyways, 2-day park, people, 2-day park.
Well, I think that just about does it. We have our trivia question. Kelton, do you remember our trivia question?
I don't, but thank goodness we have it right here on the document. So our trivia question for this week's episode: how big is Epic Universe? A couple of different ways we can go about this. So the theme park and the lands alone are about 110 acres, which is still really good in size. But that's not including, the parking lot, entry plaza, retention ponds, or Helios Grand Hotel. However, they are stating that the South Campus is going to be about 750 acres in total, while up on the North Campus, which holds 2 parks, a water park, and 6 hotels, is 725 acres.
Wow.
Which tells me they have room for growth.
Yes, they do.
Way to go, Universal.
So,
Y'all just wait. It's going to get good. That's all I got, Brooks. Back to you.
oh, well, folks, I think that just about does it for this week's episode of the Mouse Ears Podcast. Don't forget to join our Mouse Ears Podcast Facebook group and our Facebook page. You can also follow us on TikTok, X, and Instagram to stay up to date for all things travel, but mostly Disney. And don't forget Mouse Ears blog, to where you can stay up to date on all the Disney news. If you're interested in having a Fairy Tale Journeys agent book your next trip, visit fairytalejourneys.com and let them know that the podcast sent you. Lastly, if you enjoy our weekly episodes of the Mouse Ears Podcast, we would love for you to leave us a review wherever you listen to or watch us. Until the next episode, where we will be ranking the 5 lands at Epic Universe in the conclusion of our epic month on the Mouse Ears Podcast. Thanks, everyone. Bye.
Bye. Bye. Bye.